says they can touch the foursome is lying.
Baby, I surrender.
They were the best, period, hands down.
Let me love you. Let me love you. The sunshine.
The Force was a force to be reckoned with.
Baby, all night.
The first group that would blend R&B and hip-hop.
Can't stop thinking of you. You're always on my mind.
They was more than just singers. They was showmen.
1+1.
All the flyest girls from the city chasing you down like you Michael Jackson.
1+1.
Was wanting to be popular, wanting to be stars.
When an artist stops showing up, you know there's a problem. If I didn't go to jail, I don't even think I'd be sitting right here right now.
My mother said to us, I hope he's not looking that good to die.
Brother, they had to pick him out of everybody.
That was the moment I was like, who put a curse on this group?
Giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kavadash, and double honor to the man of great millstone that is out there on the highway and byway, day in and day out, pushing this truth for the worldwide internet, day in and day out. I would like to say water to the men of great millstone, started with the apostle and elders on down. Continue to push this word through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I would like to say water to you, man, for doing an excellent job. To add to that, I'm not a member of GMS, but I believe that GMS has the 100% truth of the Bible. To the men and women that are listening and learning, continue the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Continue praying and repenting, and keep the laws and commandments to the best of your ability. As it states in John 14:15, if ye love me, keep my commandment, as well as Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear of God and keep his commandment is the whole duty of man. As you see here, Jesse Lee Daniel, founder, member of Force MD, died at 58. A lot of celebrities, a lot of athletes, a lot of people that you know are dying very young. And the cause of death is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because he has the what's the word I'm looking for? He have the power to give life and death, you know, and he bring forth the issues of death. Let's go to let's say Psalm 68:20. It says here, he that is our God is the God of salvation, and unto God the Lord belong the issues from death. So however you died, it was already ordained, you know, through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, for you to leave out of here. And if, you know, for people that don't know, Jesse Lee Daniels, which is the first guy to your left, you know, he was dealing on and off with drugs. But they didn't really give the cause of death when you do the research on it, because I think it's still fresh, so the evidence of how he passed is not given out yet. But as you see 5 guys, Israelite guys in front of you. One of them is still living, and they were all pretty much young. You know, they was right now, the oldest one that just died was just 58. And they're still considered young. That is not old. So, you know, Jesse Lee Daniel, which is to the left, he just passed, I think it was January the 5th, 2022. Then you have next to him, he passed Trisco Pearson. Then you have Antonio T.C. D. Lundy. He passed also of I forgot the name of their Garian disease. I forgot, but I'll look it up here in a second. And the one that's still living right now, the fourth one to the left, is Stevie. Let me find him. Stevie D. Lundy. And you have Charles Mercury Nelson. He died of a heart attack. For his Antonio T.C.D. Lundy, he died of Lou Gehrig's disease, which is the third guy in the middle, from left to right, the third guy. So this group here had some success, but due to the curses of death, because death is a curse, you are brought back into this earth to carry out judgment, and judgment hit very hard in the house of Israel. That's why a lot of Israelites die early and fast rather than any other nation there is, because due to the curse, we are Yahweh Bashim Yahushua chosen people. And when he judges his chosen people, he judges harshly because of what we did in our past life. Praising idol God, doing away with Yahushua, wanting to save Barnabas and kill Yahushua on the cross. So those curses is brought on us, So we have to understand that once you go outside and go to other gods, other religion, you don't believe in Yahushua, you go against the word of the Bible, you only believe in the Old Testament and not the whole book. You fight against the men of GMS and other camps out there. You fight against them. You throw stuff at them. You call them poor. You call them, all kinds of wicked names. All this stuff is going to fall back on you. Now, these guys here, let's go to the history of them. Wikipedia have a little information of them. Now, these guys here, Force MDs, are an American R&B vocal group that was formed in 1981 in Staten Island, New York. So I'm sure these guys here probably walked across or seen some Israelite, camp out there pushing the word. Now, Salakia, I don't know if they took heed, but, if they didn't take heed, well, it's kind of too late right now, because like I said, 4 of them is gone, 1 of them still living, and and a few little interviews that I've seen, I didn't hear him, shout out the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, so who knows if these guys know or not, but I'm sure, by them living up around the, New York area, and New Jersey area and stuff like that, I'm sure they ran across some Israelite group. Although the group has old school hip hop roots, it is perhaps best known for 2 tunes that are widely considered 1980s Quiet Storm classic, Tender Love and Love Is the House. They are considered major forerunners of the New Jack Swinging movement. And Tender Love and Love Is the House, those 2 hit there, I believe came out in 87 or 88, I believe it was 87. And I'm telling you, those groups there, this particular group here was, they was pretty decent. They were real good, for their time, but they, due to the curses, just like that guy said earlier, he had said, who put a curse on this group? Well, the good Lord did. The good Lord put a curse on that group because Israelites, we are hit the hardest out of the whole world. And when you are a father over your children, you're gonna love your children more than any other children in the neighborhood. So you're gonna come down on them hard because they represent you, the father. And you don't want anything to happen to your kids, so you're gonna come down hard. So we are Israelite. We are Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, chosen people. So he's going to afflict us harder because he loves us. And then on top of that, we went against his laws and commandments, by praising idol gods, just being wicked. So he had to put that belt on us and put a weak, pale, base, evil nation above us to whoop us. And that's why we are under the curse. That's why we are getting whooped. That's why we are last hired, first fired. We getting mutilated out there in the street from the police. Now don't get me wrong. Some of Jake, they bring it on themselves. But let's go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Yeah, when that guy said, who put a curse on this group? Well, here it is right here, Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his judgment and his statute, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So let's go down to Deuteronomy 28 and 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly. Those guys there, they died young. They didn't live a full life. For right now, the guy that just died, Jesse Lee Daniel, he lived up to 58. It's still considered young. And Stevie D, the one, he's one of the founding members of the group. He's younger than Jesse Lee Daniels, because Jesse Lee Daniel was an uncle of Stevie D, So they say, until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. So, this group here, like I said, they had some longevity, but it was cut short, due to heart attack, cancer, Lou Gehrig's disease, and you had another guy, he just died of natural causes, which was, I want to say, he was a DJ for Force MD. He was one of the first members to die, but they didn't really talk too much about him in this story. But this is part of the curse. I mean, you seeing just about, it's more of us dying young than any other heathen nation out there. We are Israelite. We are God's chosen people. So he come down on his heart, You know, but the heathen nations seem like, you know, of course they dying off too, but seem like they having a little bit more longevity than the Israelite man and woman. You know, you had what's the guy name? Oh man, I can't think of his name right now, but Kango guy. You know, he died what 50, 58 or something like that, 55, 56, something like that. Then you had Biz Marquis. He died in his 50s. You know, you had DMX. He died in his 50s. Well, I think 56. You know, go on and on and on. You know, all the way. You know, Biggie Small, Tupac. You know, we are under the curses. You know, and we have to understand that the fear of the Lord is what we have to come under and walk in His way. Let's go to Deuteronomy 10 and 12. It says here, and now Israel, what do the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk all in His ways, and to love Him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandment of the Lord and His statute, which I command thee this day, for thy good. So now there are some commandments that we can keep, and there are some commandments that we cannot keep, and you're not going to make it alone just by knowing and keeping the commandment. It's your faith in Yahweh Shai and calling on the correct name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, which is He exists. That's the meaning of Yahweh. He exists. And Yahweh Shai, He save. You know, He's our salvation. He's our ticket. He's our passport. You know, He's our ladder of salvation. You know, He's our light for a Savior. We got to go through the door, you know, through Yahweh Shai in order to get into the kingdom, you know. And so let me just read on a little bit more. Origin, Staten Island, New York, R&B group, active 1981 to present. Label Tommy Boy and Warner, you know, records. Let's go down to you see the past member, that died, deceased. Antonio T.C. Lundy, Charles Mercury Nelson, D-Rock, DJ D-Rock, Trisco Pearson, Jesse Daniels, and he just died about a week ago. So, you know, so let's go ahead and read a little bit more. Jesse Lee Daniel, former member of Force MD, died at 58. Jesse Lee Daniels, founding member of the R&B group Force MDs, has died. The group announced via Facebook Tuesday, January 4th. He was 58. No cause of death has been reviewed at this time. And going down a little bit more. Well, here's a little history, some more history of the group, the hip-hop R&B hybrid group, which was foundational to the New Jack Swing movement of the 1980s, signed to Tommy Boy Records in 1984. Force MDs scored their first top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1986 with the Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis written Tender Love. Love is a house became their second and last song to reach the Hot 100 peak, peaking at number 78. Love Is the House hit number 1. So that song came out in 86. I thought it was 87. Alright, and stayed at the top for 2 weeks on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Song chart, where Force MDs had 16 total entries and 3 more top 10 hits, including Tender Love, number 3, 1986, Tears, number 5, 1984, and Touch and Go, number 10, 1987. Tender Love was included on their sophomore album, Chillin'. Was also featured in the 1985 musical comedy drama film Crush Crew, about the early days of Def Jam Records. Like I said, I'm just reading through a little bit of this here. Yeah, so here's part of the curses here. Daniel is the 5th member of Force MD that has died. Charles Mercury Nelson died of a heart attack in 1985. Frequent collaborator DJ Dr. Rock died of natural causes in 1996. Antonio T.C. D. Lundy died of Lou Gehrig's disease in 1998. And Trisco Pearson died of cancer in 2016. So, these curses are heavily on us, and we have to come back to the truth. We got to come back to Yahweh Bashim Ashad that created us. And like I said, death is around us, and death is judgment as well. Let's go to Zephaniah 3 and 5. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning does he bring his judgment to the light. He faileth not, but the unjust know no shame. So Yahweh Shah, he's busy. His angels are carrying out the work of the Lord, to those that will not take heed, to those that scoff, to those that mark and laugh and throw things and, just want to be an ignorant nigga, pretty much. Well, I'm not going to be on this here too long, but I'm going and play a couple videos, and I'm going to end it right there. Bear with me. Play a couple of their videos before I end it.
Here I lay all alone. the heart knows my pain. Tears, tears, all the tears your heart wouldn't hide. Tears, tears, now the tears become a good cry.
Shalom.